Hello, let's paint some wildflowers. This year, because there was a lot of rain, it appears there were a lot of wildflowers that grew, and it's referred to as super bloom. I've not seen it in person, but I've seen a few images, and I'm just going to paint from my memory. All right, so I am going to use some blue, some purples, oranges and reds, and greens. I'm going to mix the colors with gouache just to make them slightly opaque. If you don't have gouache, you can use white watercolor. Alright, I'm going to paint this wet on dry. I just have a very light blue. This is sky blue. You can use any blue that you have. I'm going to paint some mountains in the distance with blue, and as we get closer I will paint the flowers. All I did was draw a few outlines of mountains. The mountains that are farther away from us, I'm going to paint them bluish purple, and because they're far away we can't see the flowers, so I'm assuming these are the mountains that are farther away from us. Variation of purple just to make it interesting. Okay, so the mountains closer here, we are going to paint the blooms. So for that, what I'm going to do is mix some vermilion with some gouache to create a pale orangish color. I'm just going to dab the orange paint. And take some deeper orange and mark it in between. These are just dots. If you want to make it more abstract, you can just mix it with a lot of water and just tap. Oh, you may want to protect your sky. I'm just going to cover it with the paper towel and let's add some red, again very watered down. Some yellow. We can add a few dots. I'm going to add a little bit of purple with gouache. Just put some dots. Okay. I'm going to take a smaller brush, and now I'm going to add different shades of green. I'm going to mix green with yellow, sap green with yellow, and then to make it lighter, and I'm going to mix sap green with Payne's gray to make it a little darker. So I have different variations of green. Leave some gaps so we can fill it up with flowers later. Let's use some sap green by itself. Just make sure you have a variety of shades of green. Alright, now take very thick consistency paint. This is vermilion mixed with white gouache. The gouache makes it opaque so you can see it. If you don't have gouache, like I said, use white watercolor. I'm just making flowers, but this is just random shapes. Because they're so far away, you really can't see it. You just need a variation. So I'm going to take a darker shade of red. Again, it's very thick consistency, so you can see it's a little opaque. going to do that with gumboge yellow. This is gumboge yellow mixed with gouache. Farther away, these you can just make some tiny dots. Closer, you can make some 5-petal flowers. Okay, I'll fill this up and come back in a minute. Let's add a few lavender color dots. Because wildflowers come in different colors and sizes. Now let's take some pure white and add a few white dots, white flowers. Okay. Now let's add some stems, very thin stems with a very tiny brush or something that's pointed. I'm going to take some thick consistency sap green, just going to add a few branches randomly. Again, this is just an impression of branches, stems, so you don't have to draw every stem. If you want to go add a few black dots, you can use a pen. Just to indicate the centers of the flowers. Okay. If you want to add some more splatters, you can. First, make sure you cover your sky. And then I'm going to take a thick consistency of paint on a smaller brush because I don't want the dots to be too big. Let me clean my brush. And okay, I'm going to take some watered down consistency of red mixed with gouache, and I'm going to try and add especially in the back because the flowers are smaller. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with purple. Just cleaning my brush. All right, so that is the super bloom. I hope you like it. It's pretty easy. All right, bye.